Just wanted to make a real quick video on some more personal thoughts that I was having. The question of the day, or the question to the community, is: are we targeted? Are we as melanated, Nubian, black, whatever we want to refer to ourselves as? Are we targeted? Are we targeted from this system? Are we targeted from society? Are we targeted from the government? Do we believe that we are targeted? Is that something that we believe? And if not, what does it take for us to believe that we are targeted? When I think about these Waffle House incidents, for one, the shooting, thankful, you had the brother there who risked his life and saved others. Then you have the issue with the woman who was sexually violated, stripped naked, harassed, arrested, falsely arrested. Now you have the latest where they don't even want to let you in to eat. They don't even want to let you in the restaurant to order. And this is what I share, like, okay, when are we going to boycott? Like, what else do we need to be put in our face to realize that they don't want to embrace our race, our culture, that it's going back to the segregation days? Now, give me a break. No, don't get it twisted. I don't have a problem with that. I want to be separatist here. I want separatism. But in regards to some of my people, I think that are still asleep, that are still walking into the Waffle House, that are complaining because you're not being accepted, in regards to those particular people, in my culture, those are the ones that I am questioning as to what more does it take for you to wake up to realize that we are targeted, that they want to go back to segregation days. They want to go back to the days of white only, that they, want to go back to the days of probably even slavery here, and I don't want people to be so quick to not believe that, because look at all the forms of genocide that we face, you know what I mean, and all forms of slavery, from the lynching, to the modern day of extermination of our race, to the imprisonment and the prison slave labor. I mean, we know we're targeted for prisons. This is why, there's a setup, in regards to getting us in private prisons, because private prisons are complaining about them not being filled. So they pay these departments, they pay these police, they pay, the system. And who do they target for the prison slave labor? Us. So it's like, what more I don't know what more needs to happen, to our culture or to our race to wake us up to realize that we're targeted. Like, how many more doors do you have to be locked out of in Waffle House? How many more forms of extermination do we have to face to them walking into a church or a restaurant or store and killing us? How many more times do we have to have the police called on us to realize that it's a setup? I don't know if it's a setup from private prisons to police to restaurants, to maybe the police is paying restaurants to target Black people, to say, okay, anytime anything happens, if they just come and say they want to return something, or they want to complain about, lack of service or disrespectful service or, crappy food or whatever, call the pigs on them. Maybe it's a setup. Maybe the restaurants is getting a handout, a kickback. You never know, but you got to be quick to question it all. Why would you? When I seen the video of the sis, like she was upset because they wasn't letting her in. I don't know. That pissed me off more than the restaurant not letting her in. It pissed me off the fact that you're so adamant to be in the restaurant and to be accepted. Like, what more treatment do you need to see and ignorant of them telling you they don't want you in order for you to just be like, well, fuck this restaurant. Let me go elsewhere. Let me go Black owned, like I should have been going anyway, first off. And, let me just do me. You know what I mean? Why am I begging for this white man to accept me or to embrace me or to be part? Well, we should be establishing our own and building our own and being only patron, our own here. So a patron, our own here. So, it's like when I see, old videos, of things where they write on a receipt, that we're black. What's the reasoning for that? You know what I mean? It's like little things like that. I think people need to question it. What's the reason for them writing black on your receipt? Before even while they taking your order. What are they doing back there? What are they doing to your food? Why would you even want them to prepare your food if it's that far? If they can go as far as to write the race, of the person that they're serving, you know what I mean, down. If they can go as far as to lock you outside the restaurant, why would you even want them preparing your food? Why would you even want to give them your money? Why would you even want to patron the place? So this is what I be asking in certain people, like, why don't we question certain things like that? Why don't we question these little things that's happened to us? And why don't we look at these little things as a reasoning or as a part of their agenda, or a part of their targeting? You know what I mean? The fact that this has to be reason enough for us to look at to say, okay, yes, they're targeting the black race. And, these are all the reasons as to why, it's being shown. You know what I mean? And it's just little things like that I'm just looking at. It's not even just the fact that it's not even just a video where I'm showing where they shot the brother several times. He's laying there dying. You don't seek medical attention or medical help. You're handcuffing him while he's laying there bleeding out, dying. You're handcuffing the brother. And it's little things like that where it's just like, okay, what more do I need to see that this is deliberate, this is intentional, this is all part of your agenda, this is your target placed upon us, regardless where we at, that we can't live our lives, we can't feel free to live our lives, no matter where we go, even while we're working while black. That meme that I, not the meme, but the post that I share of the brother who, he's taking a picture of him, of the fucking, pig, using his van, his working van, to write out a ticket. You giving the brother a ticket anyway, when he's showing that he's there working and he's there looking for wiring or cable or whatever it was, and you're targeting this brother for what reason? Because somebody lied. And you're still writing the ticket. Like, it's just like all this little stuff where, like, all these little things that keep happening that, like, we just can just combine together and see its intent. You know what I mean? And see behind it where it's intentional and deliberate. And I'm just like, okay, do we not believe that we're not targeted? Is that something that we don't believe? Is that something that we just refuse to accept or to watch? You know what I mean? What more do you need to see and to realize? It's like all these little things. It's like, okay, we can't feel free to go into a store. You can't feel free to go into a restaurant. You can't feel free to be at home. You call the pigs at home, they're showing up and they're killing you. Even the brothers was showing, stories of where brothers was calling, they was being robbed and calling them at home and calling the pigs, and the pigs showing up and killing the homeowner. You know what I mean? So you can't feel safe at home. You can't feel safe while you at work. If you're on work, you can't feel safe if you're just going for a walk in your neighborhood, walking while black. If you're driving in your car, driving while black, you get pulled over for every little reason. To tell like they use any sort of excuse. You can't feel safe in a restaurant. You can't feel safe, just no matter where you are. Like it's a target no matter what. And they targeting us for these private prisons. Who's got it, who's paying out, who knows what, who knows who they giving handouts and kickbacks to, besides the department. Because we already know that's a given. So, besides doing that, You know, who knows what else they giving out, you know, and they targeted us and us only, and black and brown people, you know, to fill up. And this is why they refuse to go into a store or restaurant, just tell you to leave the premises. This is why they arresting you, you know. And I'm like, what more do we need to see to wake up to see that, to where it's just like, okay, do we recognize, do we realize that we're safe nowhere, that we're not safe anywhere we go, not even in our own home? So that means that we need not to be calling the pigs at all, no matter what we deal with. We got to stop calling the pigs on ourselves, defend yourself, protect yourself, learn to defend, self-defense, learn how to protect your own, teach your kids, teach the family, go to the range, all the above. We got to go back. We got to get them days. They're trying to put us back in slavery here and put us back in chains on the field. And we got to see this. Some of them they already done did. This is why they go over to Jamaica and Africa and everywhere else and bringing our people over here and putting them in slavery and putting them in chains. So we got to realize that they lynching us. They getting us for sacrifice. They still having their little picnics, you know, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You know what I mean? There's stories that we've seen too much already of them lynching our people and want to say it's suicides. You know what I mean? And we already seen that. And we got stories that's, you know, relevant, like James Craig Anderson, where they was going down there and saying they was deliberately going to lynch a black man. You know what I mean? There's things I've seen in articles and story I've seen in a Craigslist ad where this chick was asking for a black mammy and two people to play a buck, and she was looking for a Mandingo fight and trying to reenact this for her husband's birthday, and they took the Craigslist ad down. So that tell you right there the limit that they already going through. So we don't know what they doing behind closed doors, what they've been doing. We know slavery never ended. We know Jim Crow never ended. We just wasn't seeing it filmed like we're seeing it filmed now. We know they're killing our brothers in prison. That's where it's really going down in prison. We're not doing nothing to get our brothers and sisters out of prison. They getting them behind bars and they doing guys know what, they killing them like Sandra Bland. So, and they having these Mandingo fights going down there. You know, they falsely arresting them, they planting drugs, they're still planting drugs, they still planting weapons. You know, even Baltimore cops even admitted to that. Baltimore pigs, they admitted to planting toy guns on victims that they murdered. You know, so we already know Chicago pigs is behind a lot of this quote unquote black on black. So, you know, we gotta come to terms. We gotta realize, you know what I mean? We gotta recognize this shit and see, you know, I'm having a lot of interruptions on my video. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just seeing the comments. I ain't even see the comments earlier. My bad. Peace, Donald, Sydney, Kinsley. I see you on the chat now. I didn't look at the chat at all. So you see I'm having a lot of interruptions. Hey, that's Fedbook right there. Doing it deliberately because they ain't trying to get the message out. They don't want to get the word out. I ain't surprised them having interruptions because Fedbook is on the payroll too. And they don't want to do us to recognize that, like you just said, they recognize the system ain't for us and nothing in here and everybody's against us. And this is the setup now. The setup is to get us arrested, to get us killed, all the above. In restaurants and stores, we ain't safe nowhere. So all we can do, how we got to combat is just strictly patron our own. That's it. That's all we can do is patron our own. That's all we can do and continuously keep building up our own. We understand we got to be realistic that not everyone, we don't have everything, but that should motivate us enough to get it then. That should motivate us enough to start building it now. We got a lot of people that got the credentials, got the education, got the knowledge. Even if you don't have the credentials, you got the knowledge for it. So we got a lot of our people who are gifted, talented, smart, all the above. Look at these children. It's going to be liberated. They're going to be liberated. These kids today, wise beyond their years. They surpass us. This is what it is. It's going to be liberated. They're going to be liberators. They liberate us already, and they're going to be liberated in their time. And this where it's going. This is where it's headed, and this is what we got to focus on and building them up too, because they are already entrepreneurs. They're already doing it, and we got to do it ourselves and open up and get ourselves in, you know, all the different, you know, different markets. You know what I mean? Different genres. Just every facet. You got to cover every facet here. You know, corner every Yeah. So, this is just what it is. So, I don't know what more we need to wake up to realize that, we targeted, that the system ain't for us, that the system, you know what I mean? I don't, for me, it's just like, I see it everywhere now. No matter what I'm sharing, no matter what I'm watching, no matter what I'm getting introduced to or made privy to, I'm just like, damn, man, we can't even live our lives. Like, we ain't safe nowhere. You know what I mean? And I'm just starting to realize that, like, it's deliberate and it's intentional. And this is what we got to realize, like, we got to stay out of these places and stay out of these establishments. We're trying to stay safe. We got to stay away from it. This is what it is. They target us no matter what. And they coming to us and they coming to where we at. They going to start, and they already coming to where we at. And we got to stay woke to that as well. So, all of it. So, and just continue to keep striving and continue to build. That's the only way we're going to be able to counter, a lot of this shit that's coming our way. Because we understand that, the lot of the resources, we just don't have right now. Wow, like I said, that should be motivation enough for us to get it, especially now, especially what we're seeing. Stop begging and stop trying to conform and stop trying to beg to get them to accept you and to get them to embrace you and to get them to, just that's what it is. I mean, we got to stop forcing ourselves on them. You know what I mean? Just be about ours. I don't know what more we need, in order for us to just embrace each other. What's so hard about us embracing each other, embracing our culture, embracing our race, embracing our family, our extended family here? It's not so much, it doesn't take so much, and everybody act like it's so difficult or whatever, but it's just so easy for them to go where they not accepted and they not wanted and they not desired. So I'm like, stop forcing yourself on them. You know what I mean? It ain't ending for us on a good note here. Wake up and realize that it's a target, period, point blank, that it's extermination, that it's a war, and it's a war declared on us. It ain't a war where we going back, because we ain't countering that. So we ain't combating that. And even in the ways that we can do it, we're not even taking advantage of it. So this is what I'm just trying to say to the people, is like, this is what we need to be focused on. However we can choose to counter it, this is what we need to be taking advantage of. And instead of us talking and whatnot, on video and just talking to our people, we need to be doing it and doing it as well. Like I said, it's all about multitask. You can do both. You can talk it in, you can speak it in, you can do it at the same time. So we got to be opening up all corners of, every angle of the market here. So it's just what it is. So I guess I'm gonna just end it on that note. You know what I mean? I just want to tell Black people, we gotta wake up. We gotta wake up and realize that it's a target on us, it's a target on our head. It's just what it is. It's a mark on our head right now. It's a bounty. That's what I feel like. It's a bounty on our head. And they just after us. And they gonna be after us. And it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing that right now. And even if while we countering it and combating it, and if we continue to do that and continue to build and just stay out of their establishments and just be about us and just continue to try to build up what we have to deal with, they're gonna, I feel like they're gonna come towards where we at. And it's not like they already don't do that. But what we need to stop doing is just calling them towards us. We need to stop bringing them to us. Stop voluntarily bringing them to us. Stop calling them on your people. So stop calling them on yourselves. Defend and stand your ground. Defend yourself. And don't trust these pigs. So, you said no matter what we do, they will always find ways and means to bring us down. So I say we do the same thing what they done to our ancestors. I say we take our freedom and ask them for it. And it would be great, to take our freedom. Definitely. And I'm with that. But I don't know how many of the rest of our people is with that. And it's strength in numbers. And if we ain't got the rest of our people in it, then I don't know how far we're going. Yeah, I mean, we can't go but so far without the numbers behind us. So we don't got the numbers behind us. This is just what I feel. So it's just like when I see like a situation, even with the pigs, I feel as though we have the numbers. We could outnumber if we stood together. I'm pretty sure we all have a fear. I'm pretty sure we all have that, to where everybody has a general fear of losing their life. You know what I mean? So, and even if you are a very spiritual being to where you feel that you will ascend, I mean, that's the reason for being spiritual and trying to get righteous, no matter how you choose to get righteous, so you can ascend, so you can prepare for that. You know what I mean? But I think that it's just like if you're in the situation where you're losing that life, you all have that initial kind of general just like fear before you have that, I guess, relief before you go to the spiritual realm here, to the realm, wherever you people believe where they go, but I feel as though if you have the strength behind you and the strength and the support, I think that builds up the strength to overcome that fear, if you have the support. And I think that's where it starts, having that support. You got to have that support system, and if we look at other cultures, they have that support system. That's something that we talk about what we lack. So if we can just work on getting that support system, I think that we'll have the strength to overcome whatever fears that we may possess. And we wouldn't be so quick to walk away from certain situations and leave people in solo incidents. We'd be quick to stand up for one another and stand there and have their back and show a strong support system. So, but we just got to work on, getting that first, getting that support system, work on building that, and restoring that trust. And I think the main way that we're going to restore that trust is that we got to, restore the trust within ourselves. We got to heal ourselves. We got to heal from certain things that we dealt with, and certain things that have had an effect on us, and maybe emotionally or psychologically, to where things that you might have to heal from, so you can work on, restoring the trust within our community and within our culture. And then we can have that strong support system here, and we can showcase the strength when needed. And, overcome that fear, So, because I think if you see others stand up, you be willing to stand up. Because you see others stand up and you see that you're not alone. But a lot of times, I think we do have a lot of strong people out here that stand on the spirits of their ancestors, and they be willing to stand up in any situation, and they be willing to help out, but they don't want to be left out there alone. And then they just be another person that, becomes, another, just another person for them to be able to have, I guess, or to incarcerate, but I think that if you saw others stand up, then that will, give you the strength to want to stand up, because you see that you're not left out there alone, and we all be together and we all work together, and we'd be all willing to do that. So, You know, I don't think I got to get that detailed in order for people to understand the gist of what I'm trying to say here. So, you know, but I'm gonna end it on that note. So I'm just say peace and love. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. You know, everybody in the chat, everybody join, everybody gonna watch. Just want to tell people, you know, we just got to realize that. We got to realize that we're targeted here. And we got to be quick to want to show that strong support system. Stand up for one another. Have each other back. Show that family. Stop leaving each other out. Stop leaving us alone. Stop leaving us out to deal with stuff. You know, regardless of how trivial it might be. You know, to talk about for a certain example, you know, it was this sis, you know, she was behind me. You know, it was a lot of traffic. It was really bad in Atlanta, down there by the aquarium. So it was really, really bad. You know, it was really, really bad. A lot of tourists, summertime. And this, you know, white guy, you know, he was, you know, deliberately getting in behind me in front of her. She said, I already said you can't get in. Like, she had already let people in. And she said, I already said you can't get in. Like, I've been here long enough. No. And he took it anyway. So when he did, I can imagine being in that situation. So it took me to put my car in park. We was already in park, you know, because that's how bad the traffic was. And I got out and I went all the way to his driver's side and I just let him have it. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of everything that came out of my mouth, but it was vicious. Now, with that said, you know, I didn't, you know, I've been in that situation for one, I can imagine, and she was a sister and all that, and I didn't, he needed it, he deserved it. So, you know, and it's just little things like that, you know, stop leaving our people out. You know, when we see our people, you know, regardless of how small it might be, you know, this is what we got to show. Regardless if I know or not, we got to stand behind and have each other back and show that support and let it be known when we see people being wronged and all that, and have each other and support. And this is just what it is. And this is what we got to start showing, and showing that love, you know, showing the family that we say that we are, and extended family that we say that we are here. You know, this is what we want to say. I can't come out and say peace, family, greetings, family, you know, much love, family, all the above, but not willing to show it when need be in the streets and if you need it or whatnot, or if it's anything that's going on. You know, it's like one time, yeah, I was nervous too. You know what I mean? I was in the West Coast in Colorado, you know what I mean? And, you know, it was a guy, you know, and a black guy, and he, you know, was asking me for a ride, and it's like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I was at the gas station and I came out the club and drunk, and I really did. They was talking about they lost their phone and all that, and I understand how I feel to lose the phone, but I was nervous. You know what I mean? I was really nervous to give a ride, you know, to this stranger. You know, this wee hours in the morning, who knows what happened, but I made sure I was, you know, protected. So it's like just in case. So I, you know, gave them the ride. But it turned out to be legit, you know what I mean? It was good, you know, got them home safely. And I was happy because I felt good that I did the good deed and trusted and gave my heart and all that. But, you know, still ready. So we got to be quick to think things like that. Like, be quick to, like, help each other out. Still with, you know, careful and with caution and protecting yourself, but still quick to just lend each other and be trusted and be willing to just give that heart and be willing to just, you know, trust and extend that, you know what I mean, that helping hand. So this is what we got to work on when I say restoring that trust. You feel me? So, and I think it starts there, but then also realize what we're dealing with as well. You know what I mean? And staying woke to that, staying privy, you know, because it all works hand in hand. Because we might have to rely on that brother and sister one day if we're out, if we catch ourselves in some of these dire situations here. So, all right, peace and love. Keep heads up, keep boots on the ground. Peace.